Betrayed by love's lies. He slammed the door so hard our wedding photo rattled off the wall, glass shattering over the tile. I was still shaking from the fight, words I barely remembered, ugly and loud, echoing in the kitchen. I hated how we'd gotten here, but as the silence stretched on, the guilt grew heavier than my anger. When I finally decided to swallow my pride and chase after him, I remembered the address I'd once found on a crumpled lease in his jacket, a place he'd sworn was just for work. My hands trembled as I drove, rehearsing my apology over and over. The apartment door was slightly ajar. I heard giggling, childish, bright, nothing like the mood we'd left behind. I pushed inside, half expecting him alone, maybe drunk, but instead I froze. He was kneeling on the carpet, playing with a toddler. The boy must have been 2, with the same stubborn chin and wild curls I saw in the mirror every morning. My husband didn't see me at first, but when he did, his face went pale. The kid clung to his leg, babbling nonsense that sounded like my name. I stood there as the realization crashed over me, wave after wave. All those late nights, the unexplained absences, the way he'd flinched every time I mentioned starting a family of our own. He opened his mouth, excuses already forming, but I didn't want to hear them. There was a woman's sweater draped over the back of the couch, a half-eaten bowl of applesauce on the floor. Everything about the scene was so domestic, so practiced, it made me sick. I backed out of the apartment, swallowing a scream, feeling the floor tilt beneath me. The drive home was a blur, headlights streaking past as my mind replayed every moment we'd shared, every lie I'd swallowed. I always thought I was afraid of being alone, but nothing compared to the hollowness of being with someone who carved out a whole new life behind my back. At home, I looked at the broken frame on the floor and realized I'd been clinging to the idea of us, not the reality. In the mirror, I wiped my tears and saw my own reflection for the first time, not a wife, not a victim, but someone finally choosing the truth over the comfort of denial.